fair and balanced debate. Sean Spicer is Communications Director for the Republican National Committee. Brad Woodhouse, Communications Director for the Democratic National Committee. I'll play the moderator. You two gentlemen, please try not to interrupt. Sean, you just heard David Axelrod referring to Mitt Romney as reckless and wrong in his foreign policy pronouncement. How do you answer that?
I think after the first two debates, they realize they're down 0-2, and they need to do something to change the narrative. Tonight, just as Governor Romney made a very clear choice when it came to how he would lead this country on domestic issues, he's going to talk about his vision for America in foreign policy, how he'll treat our friends. He'll become a friend of Israel again. He won't treat them as this administration has, allowing them to question their place. He'll be tough on Iran, tough on Syria, and he's going to be tough on those who aren't with us. So I think tonight is going to be another of what you've seen in the last two, with the governor making it very clear how he's going to lead this country, the choice that is in November, and the lack of an agenda and a policy that this administration has for a possible second term.
Brad, some say that this president comes into the debate tonight with the advantage simply because he's been in the Oval Office for the last 4 years. He's been the guy taking those 3 a.m. phone calls.
Well, I think he does have the advantage, but not just because he's been in the Oval Office, but because he's been effective. I mean, look, John, he made promises in the last campaign, and he has kept virtually every promise he made. He said he'd end the war in Iraq. He has. He said if he had opportunity to get bin Laden, he would. He did. He said that we would begin to end the war in Afghanistan. He is. He said he would apply sweeping sanctions against Iran, and he is doing that. He has a record in foreign policy that is beyond repute. The Republicans are trying to politicize a tragedy in Libya because they know that the president has a stellar foreign policy record. Now, on the other hand, if you want to go back to George Bush, Dick Cheney, cowboy diplomacy, and you want more elective wars, another land war in the Middle East, commit troops back to Iraq, then you should support Mitt Romney. That's not what the president wants to do. He wants to draw down. He wants to draw down our troops, and he wants to nation build at home.
Let me interrupt you there, Sean.
Let's talk about that. If you want to talk about that foreign policy, Iran is 4 years closer to obtaining a nuclear weapon.
That is
Israel
not
has
true.
had its relationship with the United States downgraded. They're our strongest ally in the Middle East. So on issue after issue, and then on Libya, there are a series of unanswered questions from this administration. They want it to go away. They say we want to have an investigation that will occur,
you know, Sean,
or that the findings will come on
Sean,
after the election. But for 2
let me
weeks,
say this.
the American people kept hearing about
John,
a video.
let me get in here.
And now you want us to hear that everything's fine and good.
Go ahead.
I really find it, Sean, I'm really embarrassed for someone like you who has served our country overseas, that you are party to this politicization of this issue in Libya. The administration and this president
is that asking questions?
The
Is
administration and this,
politicizing?
no,
Politics.
Your nominee
but you are
came
the same.
out with
you are the same guys.
Hold on a minute, John. Let me get in here.
People for even asking questions.
Your nominee came out with a statement the night our ambassador was being killed. He tried to politicize this issue from the beginning, and he got his butt handed to him on this issue in the last debate. He's going to get it handed to him again tonight.
Let's talk about statements.
He made a fool of himself. He made a fool of himself in the last debate.
The issue that you're talking about, Brad,
and he has embarrassed the country
was the embassy in Cairo.
We are reaching that point that I didn't want to get. Nobody is hearing anything.
It was the White House that was completely silent on it. Silent.
We're going to have to leave the debate there. I apologize. I hope that our viewers got something out of that last segment there. But we're going to have to say goodbye, and we'll all look forward to the debates tonight. Brad Woodhouse, Sean Spicer from the Republican and Democratic sides, respectively. Thank you both.
Thank you,
John.
Well, now